quarterback. You can't ask for much more than his last game. A five-touchdown effort. It's the Colts and the Dolphins on Sunday night prime time. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Tonight, it's Sunday night matchup between the Miami Dolphins and the Indianapolis Colts.
As always, I'm Brandon Gardner. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks. Certainly two of the best in business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
You know what I did in pregame? I made sure I touched him as he went by. I want a little bit of what he's got.
The golden arm from last week.
Oh, how much fun was that to watch that game tape, all right? The number of touchdowns, what was that, 5 last week?
Yeah.
But 0 interceptions. So you think he's due to throw a pick? But I'm betting that he continues to streak in this game.
Ready. Check pink, yellow, 1, check white.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive. Room here to run. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity. And that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
The numbers for him from a week ago, 22 carries, 120 yards even.
I think he's exactly where he wants to be coming into a game, partner, because he has to still be riding the momentum from last week when he broke the century mark in rushing and had one of his best individual efforts in the season. I would expect there was more.
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Jalen Phillips, the former first-rounder, getting in there for the sack. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
And that is incomplete.
I love those corners who can not only cover, but don't mind getting a little physical as well. How about the coverage on that play, knocking that pass away?
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And it'll be Dolphin football. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start on the ground. Hall. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Only able to gain a couple there. And 3rd and 8 now. This defense for the Colts, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few left.
And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Great coverage there, holds him to a 2-yard return following a 50-yard punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates. Whatever he was doing in September, they're hoping that that carries over now to October because he was sensational last month.
He absolutely was, and we all know where it started at the end of last season, right? All the offseason preparation.
And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Colts put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. 1 play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. This will be fielded inside the 5. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So Miami coming out for their 2nd drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that. The nickel look, 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then, you take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. The Dolphins had 2-2 through the first 4 weeks of the season. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one. How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early, but they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletion sets. Looking to throw. Watkins. Over the middle, complete. It's Gilbert. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll step from about a yard short. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down. Off-play action. Watkins. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. 1st and 10, Taylor now. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 106 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They go to the ground again with Taylor. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Finding Knox there, complete. Touchdown, Colts! Dawson Knox, his first touchdown on the year. And the Colts lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. So it takes them just 3 plays here to find the end zone. And you remember, of course, this was all set up by their defense.
Yeah, they got the stop on 4th down, so I imagine the offense said to their defense, thank you very much for this great starting field position. And like you said, 3 plays later, they're in the end zone.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. From the 6. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Then the Dolphins getting set to go here. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. Throwing to start the drive. Watkins. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. But I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
Oh, he shifts past him. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. On the draw is Taylor. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. They'll look to throw here. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. Touchdown! Jonathan Taylor winning sight now the all-time record for touchdowns in a career. And the Colts take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was all finished off by the Jonathan Taylor touchdown catch. Taken at about the 1. Breece Hall helped leading out this offense for another series. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's the option. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1? Well, sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
To throw on second down. Watkins. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Back to throw. Watkins. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting it once, you get first half scores just like this one.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Down 3 scores already. This game was really in danger of getting away from them. They needed a drive like that, especially on the road.
Not only to calm themselves, but maybe tamp down the crowd a little bit because everything was against them. As you noted, this game could have gotten away from them very easily, but instead, the calming drive, now they have a little bit more confidence. Okay, we're back in it. All right, we're ready to go. That was impressive.
And the defense now needs to reciprocate. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. That time, a 9-play drive. And it was finished off by a Jalen Waddle touchdown. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Now Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense retakes center stage. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 142 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll set up a throw. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he would end up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
It was just touchdown, Colts. Brandon Ayuk, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it was Brandon Ayuk capping it off with a touchdown reception. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Dolphins offense returning to the field. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Looking to throw. Watkins. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Looking to throw on second down. Watkins. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
They're going to try and throw. He'll take a shot here for Patton. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that, but that would have been a big play. But he could not pull it in. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Works right side into the hands of the tight end, Knox. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. And some space here. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Completion good for 14 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. They're going to look to throw. He'll find his man. That's Taylor again. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Back to throw again. Throw left side taken in by Pittman. And the Colts are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. And now nothing but green ahead of him. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown. Boy, a big play right there. I mean, a touchdown on this drive could have really put some separation on the scoreboard. Instead, it's the defense who scores. And, partner, we got a game again.
And we do have one because of what you just described. A defense that understood what was going on in this game and did something about it. They knew their offense needed some help. They just provided it. They're back in this one.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So we hit halftime here in Indianapolis with the Colts on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll start over at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Kenneth Walker. A touchdown run in the victory. From there, we'll skip over to Louisiana to check on the Saints at home in New Orleans. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Pittsburgh Steelers. A touchdown the difference, 21-14, the final score. And one final game to highlight. It's Monday Night Football, and they've got a good one this week between the Minnesota Vikings and the San Francisco 49ers. With that, let's get a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for Miami. And they will need to get this passing game in gear because they did not do much of anything in that first half. And it's why the scoreline is what it is. Meanwhile, for the Colts, they had a little more success than their counterparts did in the passing game, as evidenced by the numbers there. Final adjustments taking place in both teams' locker rooms. We're closing in on the second half. And to bring it your way, let's go back up to Indianapolis and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. Charles, some things to like about that first half, ultimately trailing here, but certainly this deficit is manageable. So curious to see what adjustments they may have made at intermission.
As am I, because I think things bode well for a possible comeback, because I thought a lot of their best reps in the first half came through the passing game. They were hitting the open receivers, taking whatever the coverage gave them and making it work well for themselves. Now, they just want to pick up the pace of scoring a little bit. So I expect them to come out, continue to throw the ball effectively.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
He's got a man complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Dolphins have cut it back within a score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And they're within 7 now at 28-21. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a 1-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a 1-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You got to be careful right here.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down.
And they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
They'll try the left side with Taylor. And some room to work. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. 189 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. Touchdown! Dawson Knox with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Colts go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. Miami set to take over. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter. Went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Throwing to start the drive. Watkins. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. And they'll send the slot in motion left. To throw on 2nd down. Watkins. This one is caught. It's Patton. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down. Straight ahead is Hall. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Watkins caught outright by Patton. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 24-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
To throw on 2nd down. Watkins. And it's caught. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 18 yards that time to push him up, 1st and goal. Now they bring a receiver in motion right. Now a receiver in motion left. And they'll try the option on 1st and goal. They'll run with Hall. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Breece Hall taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Dolphins are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 down, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Colts taking the field again. Running back Jonathan Taylor at center stage. He's closing in on 200 yards on the ground with the 4th quarter still to come. We're in the 3rd. Good shot to get there.
And now he's got to make sure he convinces his coaching staff to leave him out there and keep touching the ball, because when you've had that kind of a day, There is a tendency to think about getting him out and saving some of it. Running backs never like to save yardage.
You know he's tapping his quarterback on the shoulder. I'll take the ball again, please, right?
Not turning down any carries.
2nd and 1. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League. Back now in Indianapolis. It's the Colts. They've got control of the football. They also have the lead as we start the 4th. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They run once more with Taylor. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't.
There he goes, right side. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll run here with Taylor. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 198 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Here's Taylor again. Trying to find a lane, but he finds nothing but defenders. Stop for no gain at the 2-yard line. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Taylor, and the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Boy, that's a 5-yard loss. 4th down now. Certainly some pressure here on Younghoe Koo. This to make it a 2-score game. Koo knocks this one through the post, and that will extend their lead even further. So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
From the 6. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. And Miami's offense set and ready to go. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. And the slot man goes in motion left. Throwing on 1st down. Watkins. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. Throwing again. Watkins. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. They'll look to throw again. Looking deep downfield. And this is taken in at the 5. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this. I know you are, too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Tyler Bass now for the point after. And the lead is down to a field goal now. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it was finished off by a Jalen Waddle touchdown. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates. He has a chance to hit that often elusive 200-yard mark on this drive.
And most of the time during a game, people aren't keeping track of individual statistics.
Are you sure?
Well, a lot of the runners kind of know. But I'll guarantee you someone has sent word into the offensive line that he's got a chance to get over 200 on this drive. That should give them a little extra motivation because they love it when backs break that barrier.
Absolutely. We'll see if he can do it. Here's 2nd and 8. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
On 1st down, Watkins over the middle and complete to Waddle. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gun check time on both sides. They'll run with Hall. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Calling no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a 1st down.
Going quickly out to the right side. And he will have a Dolphins 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Hall on a give up the middle. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. In motion comes the tight end left. Hall again on 2nd down. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
Holding offense.
So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
And the slot man goes in motion left. He's back to throw. Finding Waddle crossing the field and bringing it in. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. He'll look to throw. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. Trying to squeeze it in there at this stage of the game. Got to take some chances. Nice job to knock it away, though.
You're so right. Understanding where they are in the game, you got to take that opportunity and maybe thread the needle. Unable to get it done there.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Back to throw. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages. CD, that was an all-or-nothing drive to win this football game, and they rose to the occasion to take the lead here in the waning moments.
And how about how they got it done? No timeouts left. They take it downfield, execute perfectly, and get it done. Now they don't leave their opponent with a heck of a lot of time on the clock.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it would appear, barring some late heroics, they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages. Charles, that drive was perfect, methodical, executed so well, and they grabbed that lead with almost no time left for a last gasp from the other side.
No way you could have drawn up a better final drive, because not only did they keep their eyes on the end zone, they made sure they bled the clock out as well and denied their opponent a chance to respond. That's just terrific situational football to end this one.
Crew able to connect on the extra point, and it would appear, barring some late heroics, they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot.
On a huge mistake late, it's intercepted. And the Colts are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one, because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for Indianapolis, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for Miami, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road.